Hello and welcome to a series I'm going to choose to call Unwarranted Doom Mod Reviews. It's going to be a series where I play people's Doom mods and then give them an unwarranted review at the end. This is my first episode, and I thought for the first episode it would be most fitting to play someone's first WOD. So I'm going to jump right in on Ultra Violence. I'm not sure if there's difficulty settings, I didn't really look too hard. I know the creator did say crouching was required, so I'm going to turn that on. And right off the bat, this room looks pretty nice. There's a little bit of texture misalignment above the doors there. But the doors themselves actually look really nice. I like the bordering on them. I like the fact you can see the blue key right off the bat when you start. It gives you a goal to work towards. Remember, when I'm giving any opinions on this, do not take them too seriously, as I'm a pretty amateur creator myself. I don't think any work I've done is really professional quality of any sort. So there's a lot of enemies to deal with right off the bat here, but a lot of space to deal with it as well, which is very good. It's always better to have more space. That's something I have an issue with when I make WODs, is giving the player enough space. I like this little outcropping entrance into the courtyard here. I have 7 health. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Shotgunning cackles. Nothing more fun. Yeah, not too much shotgun ammo to... Oh, there's a plasma rifle over here. That's what we need. So I'm not really good at Doom, as you might be able to tell, even though I played it for over 2 decades. And that, yep, that lowers the blue key card, and now we can go to the blue area. So after I'm done clearing out the enemies here, I like to go over things in probably a little more granularity than most people do. I think giving the WOD creator that kind of attention, I mean, that's something I would enjoy, or I've always enjoyed when people give me critiques or in-depth discussion on my WODs. First death there. Should have saved. See if we can do a little bit better. Yeah, I definitely want to get that plasma rifle now that I know it's here. So this is my first video ever trying to commentate while playing a video game, so bear with me if I'm quiet at times. I don't really have a script here or anything except for maybe the first few lines of the video, but figured for my my first real commentary, I'll play my favorite game and I'll play someone's first map. I gotta say, so far for a first map, it's way better than anything I've done for a first map. Like, this outdoor area gives you a lot of space, like I said before. This little place looks nice, like a nice little entryway. Of course, as the creator goes on, I'm not going to judge this too harshly, but for a first level, but as the creator makes more things, I'm sure they're going to be adding a little more decoration here and there. Like, that would be something I'd say, maybe add some trees or little bits of things. Of course, I've been accused of adding too many sprites because I tend to over decorate things. Let's see if we can get into this room a bit quicker. Soften them up a little bit. Alright, and then, is this a secret here? This misaligned? No. That's just a misaligned texture there. Sometimes, with certain graphics, misaligning textures doesn't necessarily look bad. Like, this actually doesn't look, this looks like it could be, you know, like a different paneling in the wall or something, just to add a little bit of visual interest in the textures here. There's a little computer station. Oh, it is a secret. All right. Look at me. Got the chainsaw. And here is the red key. Yeah, so far much better than my first map. I am going to rate this at a little bit of a first map bias, as I would be probably harsher on it if it was someone's later work, but this being their first map, I would say this is, yeah, eons better than my first map. Got a lot of space to work with, you have some variation, you have an outdoor area. There's not a ton of height variation. Really, the only height variation you have so far is this little platform and a couple of imps up on the cliff here. But it's a pretty short level so far, so yep, there's the exit. So yeah, I think I'll get into my little rating system. Wasn't too tough, kind of tough at the beginning there. I'm not, like I said, I'm not great at Doom, so pardon my death. Oh. Alright, now I like this a hell of a lot more. I was not expecting this. This is the sort of stuff the music cuts out. Obviously, they're doing a bit of a backrooms type of thing here. This sort of stuff is what really, for me at least personally, gets me going when it comes to Doom WODs. Like, I like a good traditional map, but like more than anything, it's when people do stuff that stands out. Oh, what is that? Is that an enemy or a flower? Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'm actually just going to cheat a little bit just because I want to get right into that backrooms part. Probably won't have enough ammo for whatever's coming next, but oh well. Let's make a little bit of a save here. Just going to walk right past that guy. I see. So he's got some interesting stuff going on with that enemy there. Does he move when you move, or does he move when you can't see him? It's when you can't see him. I like that. The whole weeping angel thing. I'm not exactly proficient with modding enemies or weapons or anything like that, so this is pretty cool to me. Oh, there's the exit. And you need a yellow skull. And to not get killed by the... Ooh. Yeah, I definitely like the switch up here. Of course, the music's back because I didn't properly go through the map, but I like the fact that the music cut out as well. That's really cool. Little nonsensical stairway to nothing. It's very surreal. Yeah, I've often thought about trying to make a backroom style map myself. There's the yellow key. How do we get to it? Zooming up here somewhere. Oh, tight squeeze. Oh, this is the crouching he's talking about. All right. See, one thing I would say too is if you're gonna have a map that requires jumping or crouching, I would at least put, like, I don't know if this is gonna be the only instance where you need it, but I would normally have multiple parts where you're required to use that, maybe for like a secret or like a bonus area or something at least. Because having just one area where you need it, it almost kind of makes you forget that you even need it. You're like, oh, I need to turn crouch on, or oh, I need to jump here. Ooh. Yeah, let's just resurrect. I did see in the comments as well, I believe this guy's invulnerable, or nearly invulnerable. I think that was the creator's intention. I think the exit was back here. Yeah, maybe the intention with that is, you know, if you play it just perfectly, maybe you have just enough ammo to kill him and make this a little bit easier, but in general, I'd think, you know, instead of wasting the time to do that and potentially dying and having to restart, it's probably easier with his AI right now to just avoid him. Something cool to do in combination with this too is using lines to teleport a monster. You could use that and have him kind of pop up on you unexpected. I don't know if you're already doing that or not here, but oh, there's the yellow. All right. That was unexpectedly pretty cool, actually, especially for someone's first WAD. A hell of a lot more than I could ever do for my first WAD. So I'll go over my little rating system here. As you already know, the things that would probably wow me would be something that catches you off guard, something that's a little more original, that stands out from most Doom WADs, like they did here with the back rooms and the whole cutting out of the music, the interesting custom enemy they have there. So my rating system, wrote it down here, is going to be based on visuals, originality, and gameplay. I'm going to rank them 1 out of 10 for a final score out of 30, and then I'll use that to rate the WAD in total A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to go a little bit more easy on this one because it is someone's first map. After, you know, normally I'd have a little bit of a higher standard, but going off of my own first map, most people just are learning the software. There's some cases where you have people who are very experienced in other map editors, and their first map could just be something that, you know, blows people out of the water. But this is a very, very competent first map, and even more so from that unexpected trickery going on towards the end there for the second half. So for visuals, again, going just off of a first map basis, this is pretty good. There's only a couple, like only those 2 little texture misalignments I saw, and you could add a little bit more decorating. There's not a lot of height variation in most places. It's very flat. But other than that, it looks great. I like the fact that you have kind of 3 different sections. You have the little tech base area that you start in. You have the outdoor area, and then you have the back rooms area. So it's varied in that regard. I think I'm going to give it, going by first map standards, I'm going to give it a 7 for visuals. For gameplay, it was a little bit unexpected in the beginning there when you step out and you don't have so many shotgun shells, but I think if the player runs around, they find that plasma gun, they're not going to have as much of an issue with it. So that was really the only hiccup. Of course, the custom enemy, like, I think he was meant to be nearly invincible, so I'm pretty sure the way he worked there was completely intentional by the creator. So gameplay wise, I'm going to give it probably like a 6, mainly because I think it could be a little bit more exciting or a little bit less basic with the regular enemies that you put in there. They were all kind of just clumped in one area, and then you had the other room with the chain gunners and the Hell Knights and the Baron. And they're, you know, fun encounters. You have a lot of area to circle straight, but it's really just 2 little clusters of enemies that you have to deal with. If you had a wall popping open with maybe some extra ones or a little bit more going on in the back rooms area in terms of enemies as well, that could add a little bit more urgency and spice things up in that section of the level. So yeah, for gameplay, I'm going to say a 6. So visuals, 7, gameplay, 6. Originality, for your first level, I want to give this a 10 out of 10 because it's rare that I see with someone's first level, someone experimenting this much, but I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, just because I think you could have pushed that backrooms area even farther, especially seeing what you could already do there. So out of 30, that's 7 and 6, so 13. I'm not good at math, by the way. 22. So we're going to say 22 out of 30, and that lands you at a solid B. Normally a 24 would be a B+, 30 would be A+, but 22 I'm going to say B, and that's pretty great for someone's first level. So yeah, that wraps up my unwarranted review. Again, don't take any of these opinions personally or seriously. I'm an amateur map developer myself. And yeah, thanks everyone for seeing my first episode here. Hopefully you enjoy it. If there's any issues with my format here or the way I commentate, anything like that, just give me feedback. This is my very first time trying to do anything like this. So thanks again, everyone.